Hi, I'm Nick from Tabletop Duo, and today we'll learn how to play Uno Liars. Setup. Shuffle and deal 7 cards to each player. Place the remaining cards face down to form the draw pile. Flip the top card of the draw pile and place it face up to form the discard pile. If the card is an action card, ignore it and flip over the next card. If it's a Liar's card, treat it as a normal card. And now you're ready to learn how to play. The object of the game is to get rid of all cards in your hand. The player to the left of the dealer goes first and then play proceeds clockwise. On your turn, if you have a regular card, you must match a card from your hand to the card on top of the discard pile, either by number, color, or symbol. If you have a Liar's card, play it face down on the discard pile and say it out loud what it is. You can play a card that matches the top of a card, or lie about it. If you decide to lie, you must say what it is. For example, if the top card is a red tree, you can say your card is a red card, or you can say it's a blue tree, or a yellow tree, or even a wild draw 4. When you play a Liar's card, any player may challenge you. If you're challenged, you must reveal the card. If you're telling the truth, the player who challenged must draw 1 card. If you lied, you must take the card and draw 1 card. In case no one challenges the card, you are safe, and if it was an action card, its effect takes place. If a player does not have a card that matches the one on the discard pile, or does not have a Liar's card, they must take a card from the draw pile. If the card you picked can be played, you are free to put it down on the same turn. Otherwise, play moves to the next player. Before we go to the action card, let's check a few new special rules. When you play a 7 card of any color, you must swap your hand with another player of your choice and play continues in the current order. When you play a 0 card of any color, all players must pass their hand to the next player in their current direction of play. Now let's go through the action cards. When the draw 2 card is played, the next player must draw 2 cards and lose their turn. If a skip card is played, the next player loses their turn. When you play a reverse card, the direction of play is reversed. For example, if the order of play was moving clockwise, it now moves counterclockwise and vice versa. The wild draw 4 card can be played on anything, and the player who played it gets to choose the color that continues play. Then, the next player must draw 4 cards from the draw pile and lose their turn. If you play a wild Liar's challenge card, which can be played on anything, you choose a color. Next, all players must put a card of that color face down in front of them and say out loud what card it is. If they don't have a card of that color, they can lie, but they must say it matches the color you chose. You can then choose or not to challenge 1 or more players, one at a time, and force them to reveal their card. If the challenged player is telling the truth, all players must place their cards under the wild Liar's card and continue play with the color you chose. No more challenges can be done. If the challenged player lied, they must take their card back and draw another card, and you can continue challenging the others. The moment a player has 1 card in their hand, they must yell Uno to alert the others. If they don't yell Uno and they're caught before the next player begins their turn, they must draw 2 cards. The first player to get rid of all of their cards wins. And that's how you play Uno Liars. Leave a like if this video was helpful to you and consider subscribing to Tabletop Duo to get the latest how to play tutorials on your favorite board and card games. Thanks for watching and see you next time!